Hi. So, GoldenEye is on the Switch now. Awesome. What's not so awesome? The way it feels to play. I don't know if you've tried it yet, but you might be playing it thinking, man, this kind of feels like playing a Picasso painting. Man, this kind of feels like playing a Picasso painting. And yeah, it's pretty rough, but I have a fix. I have two fixes. The first fix is the most common one that people are showing people. And the second one is one that I think is even better. And I'll get to why I think it's better in a little bit. First, I'll show you the most common way. And while it might work for you, I definitely think you should stick around to see the second way that I think is the better way. One of the most common ways is you change your control type to 1.2 solitaire. And you do that within the game's options, of course. The second step is to go to your system settings. Scroll all the way down to controllers and sensors and go to change button mapping. Now I know this sucks and a lot of people as soon as they see button mapping stuff don't want to bother, but this is really the only way to make this game play comfortably. Now what you want to do is go to change. Now on this screen, the first thing you want to do is go to control stick settings, which is in the center right here, and you want to push on for both of these. That swaps the sticks so it feels normal. I know that sounds weird, but the old 64 controller was a lot different and you need to do this. Now, once you have that done, go up to the ZR and change that to ZL. And go to ZL and change that to L. What that will do is it swaps all the buttons around to make it feel more like a modern shooter. And then you go to done. You hit OK, and you go to save as preset mapping. You're going to want to do this. I'm going to make this GoldenEye 2. And the mapping has been saved as a preset. So when you want to play GoldenEye, you're going to want to load the game up, and then back out, head over to your load your presets, and pick a preset that you have set up. And then back out and go back to the game. Once all of that is done, the game feels pretty good. If you need further customization, you can always go into your options and hit look up and down reverse or upright. Feel free to set yours however you need it. You can also change the ratio to make it full screen if you want. Now both of these settings are going to make it so you have to control the cursor with the right stick on these menus, but you don't use them that often, and it's not a big price to pay for actually being able to play the game. Now, for the setup that I feel like is a little bit better, that one's good and it functions, but the way I do it is I feel a little bit better because it lets you do more things and it feels a little bit more like modern shooters. For this setup, what you're going to want to do is actually use 1.4 good night in the options and then head back over to the change button mapping screen. And what you're going to want to do here is change your control sticks like we did before. This you will always need to do. So turn these both on. But when you go up here to ZR, make that A, go down to X, make that R, and go down to Y and make that B. Make your screen look just like my screen. And then hit done. Again, don't forget to save that as a preset. And if you want to do like I did, set up both. Try both. You can see the difference on the screen what they do. And while it might not make sense from just watching the setup, I believe that the second one that I found on my own is a lot better. Now, for an explanation of what my setup here is. The first one's good and it works, but you can only change your weapons with the A button here, and you can't go forward and backward. I like to be able to just swap, like if I have my pistol in one and I go to the next weapon, I want to be able to go back to the pistol and not have to cycle through a button. I also want to be able to reload with the Y button to make it feel like a modern shooter. So what this does, it makes your L and R swap your weapons. So this goes backwards and this goes forwards. That is a big thing for me. I don't like having to just press the one button to cycle through every weapon. I like to go back and forth. I also wanted to be able to reload with Y. That's what feels normal. So yeah, you have aim, you have fire, and you can aim just like as close to a regular shooter as you can. You have your swap weapons, you know, and everything is pretty normal. The only thing I noticed about the Switch version is the crouch. It seems like you have to aim and push down on the stick. I couldn't really find a way to change that. But I do believe if you mess around with these settings and you like the other one, that's fine. But if you like the one I came up with more, that's fine too. I'm just here to try to help you. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope it was of some help to you, and I hope you can enjoy this game. I've been having a blast playing it again. These settings will definitely help make your experience better. So, go enjoy some GoldenEye, and if you are the one person who watched this video, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me, and maybe I'll see you around on the internet again sometime.